So I've got a hint from someone that there's a realistic grip available for the Airsoft AG AKs, and I was immediately interested in it because these stock grips are way too big to look realistic. So I've bought this product. It's from LCT. It's the Realistic Series grip. It comes with the pistol grip and the SL Torque Motor Slim. That's how the package looks like. And you can read that it fits LCT AG version 3 box. If it non-LCT products we can't sure compatible or not. Well, I hope that Ling Ling's English isn't as bad as this product, but I think that it's not. As I said, you get this motor and the Realistic Series pistol grip. They're available in 3 colors: in black, in dark red or brown, and in bakelite. I've got the black one. And these grips are significantly smaller in all dimensions than the big stock grips. They look and feel way more realistic than the old ones you get for the LCT or E&L products. I've got version 3 gearbox out of my E&L AK-74MN, and I've already test fitted this grip to my E&L Airsoft, and it does fit perfectly without any movement. The plastic doesn't feel cheap, but it's a little bit more flimsy than the stock grip, but this won't be a problem when you install it, so that's a non-issue here. But I think that the checkering on the realistic grip is not as realistic as on the stock grips. This is a little downside. As you can see, the size is significantly reduced. Feels way better in the hand than the old beefy one. And here's an original eSmush bakelite grip, and as you can see, the realistic grip still comes not to the realistic size, but it's almost there. A little bit bigger, I think 2 millimeters wider than the original grip. The realistic grip is like 24, 25, 25 something, and the realistic grip, the original bakelite grip, shitty caliper, is like 23 something, so it's like 2 millimeters difference, but the stock one is a lot, it's over 30 millimeters. This one is almost 31 millimeters wide, so it's a lot smaller in diameter and half a millimeter shorter than the realistic grip. So this is definitely an improvement, unlike the pistol grip, which is just a drop-in part, which fits perfectly on the E&L AK without any modifications. The slim torque motor from LCT is not. I highly recommend that you take a few crucial measurements when installing this motor, and I also suggest that you reshim your gearbox to this motor. This motor differs quite a lot from the stock motor. For example, you can only adjust the height of the pinion gear with this mounting fixation by rotating it 180 degrees, so the height adjustment is not as precise on this motor as it is on the E&L, and also you have to take into account that on this mounting thingy here there's an offset, so the pinion gear is closer to this side here than it is on this side, and when you are inexperienced, or when you think, oh, I can just drop it in, and you install it this way, for example, with the closer side facing the bevel gear, you can see that you will lift up the gear. And when you install it this way, it's way too tight in there. So you have to take this into account when installing this. So in my case, I have to install it with this side facing the pinion gear, facing the bevel gear. And also you have to make sure that you set the height correctly, so that the bottom of the pinion gear creates one line with the edge of the bevel gear. So this is also something you have to take into account. I have already shimmed all the gears perfectly to this gearbox and to the slim torque motor. Bevel gear rotates freely with minimum play. And this is now a view into the gearbox where the bevel gear sits. And this is now my shimming setting. There's a little bit of side to side play left and very minimal up and down play when the LCT slim motor is installed. So this is something you have to take into account when you want to install this product to your E&L AK. The pistol grip fits without any modifications. This motor requires the setting of the height for the pinion gear to the bevel gear. You have to take into account which way you install this motor into your gearbox, and I highly recommend reshimming of your gearbox with this motor. I have now installed the gearbox inside the E&L AK receiver with the LCT slim motor. And what you have to do in order to put the pistol grip over the motor is to bend the connectors, because you have to make sure that you clear everything at this level here. So if these connectors stick up, they will get crushed when you put the pistol grip on. So make sure that you bend the connectors before you make anything else. This is how my cable management looks now. I've used electrical tape to secure the electrical wires. That's how I've connected the connectors to the motor, and now there's enough clearance here, as you can see. And you have to make sure that both wires don't cross each other at the back here, because then you won't get the grip on, because you have to tilt the grip a little bit forward to get the screw in this hole here. I've now installed the plastic grip, and as you can see, it fits perfectly without any gaps all around. It's sturdy, it doesn't wiggle, it doesn't move. It feels awesome, way better than the old beefier one. And I will do test firing now. Awesome.